And finally, what we have in the sheet is the experimentation where we run a number of replications for each of the analyzed scenarios. And this sheet uses the previous one to obtain results. So what it does is um, generating the values for holding, stock out, and total costs. We compute the mean and the standard deviation for a number of replications, which is the one we have here. For all the possible values we type in this column. So with this macro, which will just show, no, I don't want to run it now, I want to show it. What this macro does, I won't get into all the details, but what it does is it reads the value here, types it into this cell in the previous sheet, and we get the values for the inventory, stock out, and total costs, and we do that a number of times, which is the number of replicates we have in this cell here. And we do that for all the rows, and then we have a chart. Here I've run 100 replications for these values, and I see what is the expected behavior of this stock out cost, which is red line, series 1 here, the holding cost, which increases as the initial inventory is larger, and finally the summation of both, which is the total cost, has the minimum value somewhere in 1900 tons. This is not how the analysis should be done. You should compare alternatives in a more systematic manner. This is just to give you a taste of how Excel can be used for simple discrete simulation models. Okay, but just comparing the means is not a good approach. This is just for illustrative purposes. Actually, we can see here a weird oscillation of costs, which has to do with the variability and the number of replications we've done, which apparently is kind of low. So I'm going to do exactly the very same thing now, and to show how the macro works. So I'm going to go to macro, and I'm going to run the single macro, the very one I have. I run it. It erases the information, and it starts. You see these lines here flickering, because for every row what we are doing is pressing F9 100 times and getting back the values from the previous page. At the very end of the macro, we will have this chart here refreshed with the new values. We will see in a minute. Okay.